Hello, hello, hello to all my melanated brothers and sisters out there in YouTube world. Hello, hello to all my melanated brothers and sisters out there in the real world. This is your brother Strong, emotionally strong, mentally strong, physically strong, Mr. Justice, coming back at you with another video because it is time for justice. Alright, so making this video just to have a conversation with my brothers and sisters around the world. And this conversation is pretty much about knowledge about us. About us. Jacob, Judah, Israelites, 12 tribes, however you may look at it, okay? But it's about us, my melanated brothers and sisters all around the world. Now, we are different. Israelites are different than non-Israelites, Moabites, Canaanites, 18 nations in the world. They are all different. We are different than other nations in the world. We are. We look different, even from us and the Africans, Hamites. We are different. Our skin color, skin texture is different. We are not as dark as them. We don't get as dark as them, melanated as them. Our skulls and everything, bones are different. So we are different people. We are our own people. But even more than that, you know, we are, as African Americans or blacks or niggas or whatever you want to consider yourself, this is mostly directed to those people, African Americans, blacks, niggas, the people, Negroid descent, okay? So even in our DNA, they have a DNA chain. When they take your DNA, you have a DNA chain. In your DNA chain, you have a number of DNA cells. Depending on what animal you are, what human you are, you have a certain number of DNA in your cell chain. Some go from 4, some go to 7, some go up to 9. We go up to 9. We have the highest DNA number in our chain as African Americans, okay? So we are different even in the DNA, down to the smallest atoms of us being different, even in the DNA. And within DNA, you have dominant traits and you have inferior traits, right? This is scientific. I'm not making any of this up. But in DNA, in genes, you have dominant genes and you have inferior genes. And even if you separate us by dominant genes and inferior genes, dominant genes are the most powerful genes, inferior genes are lesser genes. Even if you separate us by the genes, genealogy, the genes that we carry, African Americans, blacks, so-called blacks or whatever, we have more dominant genes than the other nations. Wide nose, wide lips, being able to curl your tongue, earlobes, lobes instead of being connected, brown eyes, dark skin, melanated skin, nappy hair. These are all dominant traits. If you have long, thin, stringy hair, that's the inferior trait. If you have see-through skin where you can see your blood through your skin, that is an inferior trait. Thin, long, skinny nose is inferior trait. Skinny lips where you can't even see their lips, that is an inferior trait, not having lips, the big lips, okay? So even in dominant genes and inferior genes, we carry more dominant genes, okay? Then when it comes to the physical part, inside, I covered this before, but inside the middle of your brain, you got the left hemisphere, you got the right hemisphere. Between the two hemispheres, you have something called the pineal gland. In other nations, especially Caucasian nations, their pineal gland from birth is calcified. It does not have any blood going to it. It has no activity to it. It has no reasoning or cause to be there in their brain. But in African Americans, so-called blacks, our pineal gland is actually big. It gets a lot of blood to it. It's very active. Back before they let African Americans fight in war, before the Civil War, they used to do autopsies on Esau And when they did the autopsies on Esau and got to this pineal gland, it was calcified, so they thought it was no use for it. It was nothing. until they allowed us to start participating in war and start doing autopsies on the soldiers and realized that that pineal gland was active, which some say is a connection to the higher power. It helps you inline your chakras, build up your frequency and your vibration. It has a lot to do with the invisible spirit form world of creation, the pineal gland. Okay? So then we have our intelligence. Just when you leave us alone and let us use our intelligence, right? We are very intelligent people. For an example, I have me a little book of knowledge I keeping in my phone, and if you turn, it's got a bunch of inventions that African Americans made up through our history. I'm gonna go through a couple of these. I won't go through a lot because I mean we got many inventions that we invented that this world survive off of, that African Americans invented. All right, but I'm gonna get to my point of bringing that. But I'm gonna go over just a couple inventions that we have made up from being slaves, no education, not being able to read or allowed to read, or in some cases being able to read, being able to forget that we invented everything. Even if you go back to Africa when we were slaves in Africa, or when we lived in Africa, which before was Africa, or when they used to call it Negro land, Judah, land of Judah. You can look it up in old maps. It used to be called Negro land. We used to fill it up and we used to create things and everything out there, right? We actually started science, math, geology, astrology, even letters, numbers, and all of that, biology. That all stemmed from us. Civilization, having buildings and sewage, keeping people away from animals, all came from us. But I'm going to go over a couple of these inventions we have invented. Okay, stainless steel pads. You got the home security system. You got an ironing board. Everybody know an ironing board. Horseshoes, lawnmower. We made up the lawnmower. We made up the typewriter. A pressure cooker, a fire extinguisher. Just imagine how many people would be dead and burnt down without the fire extinguisher. Okay, a regular lock, gas mask. Think about your gas mask. Rocket compulsion to make rockets fly. Came from us. Traffic signs. No traffic signs. Well, they everywhere in the world. Traffic signs. Heating furnace to keep your apartment and your home warm. Came from us. A fountain pen to be able to write things down and keep track of what you're writing down. Fountain pen came from us. Baby buggy, a baby carriage. So you don't have to carry your baby, put them in the carriage and stroll them all around, strollers and stuff. From us. These inventions that came from us. A mailbox. A motor. What? A motor came from us. Refrigerator came from us. Phone transmitter. Talking on your phone. Without the phone transmitter, guess what you wouldn't be doing right now? Talking on the phone. All right. Shoes. A toilet. You want to take a number two? Hey, that came from a guitar. Listening to music, guitar came from us. Along with a whole lot of other instruments. Air conditioning unit. Staying cool. You can stay hot or you can stay cool because of us in your home. All right. Defroster. You got a refrigerator cooler. Keep everything. Fire escape ladder. You imagine you have a fire without the fire extinguisher or the fire escape ladder. Okay. These are just a few. Like refrigerator, stove. We made those, right? I want you to think about something. What's the guy that Microsoft that's trying to put poison in everybody and everything? I can't think of his name. The white guy that made Microsoft stole the computer. Now, he had roommates that came up with the idea for the computer. He stole the computer idea from them, had money to mass produce it, and came up, and now he's the computer guy. He's known for making a computer, and he's a multi-billionaire, one of the richest men in the world, right? From one invention that they know he stole, right? Because they steal everything. But you got African Americans or blacks that made the refrigerator. Where is the $1 billion family that's supposed to be black that made the refrigerator? Where's the $1 billion family that made the stoplight that's supposed to be black? Where are they? Where's the $1 billion family that started the motor that's supposed to be getting money still, like cash money still every time somebody buys a stove or uses a stove? Where? That's not happening. How? So every invention that we made, we didn't want no rights to. We shouldn't have got paid for. We still shouldn't be getting paid. There's a refrigerator in every home around the world. A refrigerator in every home around the world. There's a motor in every car around the world. There's a motor in every. We made the doorknobs. We made doorknobs. What home does not have a doorknob? Where's the $1 billion black family that's supposed to be still getting residuals from the doorknob? I'll wait. Dang, that we made it, and why we ain't getting no money for it, and we still talking about reparations. Literally, in the United States, there have been 100 people massacred, African American people massacred in America, in almost every state in America, where they went in and just killed us for no reason. Oh, a black guy said something to a white lady and they killed the whole city. Oh, they doing well for themselves like they were Black Wall Street. And first time they ever did a domestic bombing, when they flew over the city and dropped dynamite down there, and they dropped a bomb on me, baby. They dropped a bomb on me. Y'all didn't know that song had history, but it does. When they dropped the dynamite on African Americans in Black Wall Street. They've been killing us for years and years and years. They haven't been paying us for our inventions. They steal our inventions and say they're theirs. They get rich off them and pay each other on that, but it don't come to us. Okay, that's just the intelligence part. Even they know that if they just leave us alone, we will thrive. Period. Just leave us alone. You have to create chaos in our lives for us not to thrive. Because you know how we know? You know how the world know? Because we thrive in chaos. The only people that's been suffering and going through more stuff than any other nation on this planet, and we still achievers. We still thrive. Being a slave and only getting intestines and pig snout and the nasty parts of the pig that no one wanted to eat. Guess what we did? We flipped it over and made it delectable, delicious. Now they eat pig. They eat pig. Back in the day, when we used to wear our baggy pants and everything big and huge, everybody started wearing things huge. That's why whenever a trend hit, guess who they come to? Us first. Like Lil Wayne and them in the music, when they wanted the tight jeans to hit. They used us to put that on. Now tight jeans everywhere. When the sagging came out, even though, if y'all don't know, sagging came from prison, and your booty being out means you was you wanted the penis in your booty. If you was sagging in prison, that means you was the little female in prison that they was running through when you sagged in prison. Now, sagging is everywhere. We just sagging all over. So all y'all just want dick in y'all booty. Every one of y'all is sagging want dick in your booty. I don't care how tough you is, how many guns you hold, what gang you belong to. If you're sagging, that means you want dick in your booty. That's just how it is. That's our history. That's where it came from. But anyway, so in our intelligence, in our abilities, I started talking about, even though we went through everything we went through, chaos, suffering, not getting nothing, education, food, had to survive, and we still managed to be the best at the best. In abilities, basketball, football, acting, don't matter what they put us in, that's why they don't want tennis, whatever they put, swim, golf, whatever they put us in, we will thrive in, and we will succeed. They know that. That's why they don't want us touching nothing. That's why they don't want us to be in the part of nothing. That's why when you get a job, go for a job, they put you at the bottom delivering mail. Because if they put you at the top, the business will thrive, and they know that it will thrive because of you. Your abilities, your intelligence. All right? This is us. This is us. So, most of the things, maybe the inventions that I brought up, but most of the things that I'm telling my people, we already know. We already know we're most powerful. We already know we're the most strongest. We already know we're the most athletic. If you leave us alone, we can be the best in any field you put us in. I mean, hell, the first triple heart bypass was from us. Where's the $1 million family, black family, from saving lives with the triple heart bypass, and it ain't no rich black people from that. Most of the medical things that are healing medical wise, except for using drugs, come from us. Come from us. Judah, Negroes, African Americans, blacks, niggas, come from us. Comes from us. So if we are the strongest, we're the fastest, we're the smartest, we developed everything. We know even in a hand-to-hand combat, one-on-one, most of the time, we won't lose that outside of a nation, going against a nation outside of our nation. So if we are that powerful, if we are that strong, if we're that intelligent, if we're that knowledgeable, we are that creative, if we are all of that, why are we still accepting being on the bottom? Why are we still not unifying with our own people? Why? It seems like whenever one of us say reparations, how many ever million of us it is, we all should say, yep, reparations. When one of us say, hey, you know what, no more killing us, it seems like all millions, how many ever millions of us should say, yeah, no more killing us. When they try to put us in give us a shitty bad school to go to, and one of us say, hey, this school is not good for us, all how many ever million of us should be like, yep, whatever her name was or whatever his name was said that wasn't good for us, we all saying it ain't no good for us. But being the smartest, being the most fit, being the most achievers, they knew that, and so they tried to take that away, our unity. They tried to take our intelligence away. Some of us lost our intelligence. Some of us lost our drive to fight, our will to fight. Some of us lost our manhood. Not all of us. Not all of us. There's a lot of us walking around in darkness. There's a lot of us walking around in the cloud, don't even know what they doing, where they from, who they are, where they come from, who they people is. In the history level, they don't know that. They don't even know that in the immediate family. Some of us don't even get along with our cousins, our brothers and sisters. Like, you have a brother nowadays, and your brother or your sister got kids, you don't even know your niece and nephew in these days. You're not cool with your pops. You're not cool with your moms. You're not cool with your sister or your brother. We don't even know. One of y'all live in Florida. One of y'all live in Georgia. Don't ever talk to each other. Some of y'all live in the same state, New York and New York. The Bronx and the Bronx, and still don't talk to each other. In Philly and Philly, siblings, and don't even call and check on each other. That's how we are right now. No unity at all. Unity is the hardest thing for us to do in this world. If time came to where we had to kill people, we would kill people before we unified. If time came to where we had to run and hide, we were running high before we unified. If time came to where whatever we had to do, I think we would do everything but unify first. And that's the only thing we need to do is unify. One like mind, one like body. And we can't even do it. Because when you look at your brother, you got an evil eye towards your brother. And it was told to you would do that, and we still do it. Prophecy. Let me know that the book is real. But I just wanted to have a conversation with my people about us. We are the dominant race. We're the dominant nation. We are the dominant. Everything comes from us, even though they don't share it and give it to us or tell us from the history on to today. And guess what? Even in the future. Even in the future. Even when this world become in our hands, when it's going to be so awesome, when everybody lives according to a ruling, a set, a standard. When you build a home, you got to build it on a foundation. We will have a foundation, the commandments, the laws. We'll have a foundation, and the world will be built more stable because we will build it on a foundation that our Heavenly Father gave us, and we'll be living in that world. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Let's go. I'm trying to get the express ticket to there. Let's go. Who following me, follow him. But I just wanted to make this video, Israelites, 12 tribes, to let you know how powerful you are, how spiritually powerful you are, how individually powerful you are, how unified powerful we are, how powerful we are mentally, how powerful we are emotionally, how powerful we are physically. We are the most powerful. All we got to do is unify. All we got to do is unify. Follow me, follow him. I hope this video give you some knowledge that you've probably never heard about yourself, about your people, to inspire you to unify with your people and be a powerful person, to be a powerful servant of the Most High, and do whatever you think you feel you have to do so we can get into the kingdom and change this world. Let's set everything right. Let's set everything right. That's just absolutely crazy to me that the knowledge is out there, and all the inventions we made, we still ain't getting no money for. All the educational benefits that this world run off of, stoplights. The whole world run off stoplights, stop signs, refrigerators, doors, heaters, coolers, cars. Blacks was the first ones to build an automobile. Ford was the first one to manufacture them. Without cars. Probably even the wheel. But still, I hope you found some powerful information about yourself in this video. My people, let's unify, let's come together, let's change this world, because it is time for justice. Everything to be set right. This is your brother Strong. Emotionally strong, mentally strong, physically strong. Mr. Justice. Because it is time for justice. To all my melanated brothers and sisters around the world, creative, strong, brave, brilliant, powerful brothers and sisters around the world, to all you, peace, love, and blessings.